right, now the question on who has majority in parliament, that is the Senate and the National Assembly. We will be giving you the details of those particular stories in this broadcast tonight. My name is Brian Amwai. Our sign language interpreter tonight is Josephine Ouko. But first, these are the top stories tonight.
The news headlines in association.
Tonight on Lookupweekend, Kirinyaga Governor Amwai beats Kajiado's Ole Lenku to become Council of Governors chairperson. Also tonight,
our leader of majority in National Assembly is going to be the Honorable Kimani Ichung'wah, the Member of Parliament for Kikuyu. Congratulations, Mheshimiwa.
Kenya Kwanza nominates Kikuyu MP Kimani Ichung'wah for leader of majority in the National Assembly, while Azimio settles for Ugunja MP Opiyo Wandayi for the same seat, insisting that they still command a majority. And
as a teaching fraternity in this county, we are happy for it, and we expect a lot of changes in the education sector, especially in marginal areas.
Kenya National Union of Teachers welcomes the move by President William Ruto to review the CBC curriculum.
Yippee! Kamata plotting at 349K. Oh yes, for only 349,000 Kenyan shillings, you become a plot owner at the Great Oasis Gardens, Nanyuki. The Great Oasis Gardens, Nanyuki is located along the Nanyuki-Rumuruti Road, only 11 minutes from the Cedar Mall and right opposite Mount Kenya Wildlife Estate. This is the best place to establish the getaway home that you have always dreamt about. For every 349,000 that you deposit or pay as installment towards any of Optiven's plot of land, you get cash back instantly. Jaza basi twende Nanyuki. Bigger is indeed better.
All right, now, once again, thank you for your time and trusting us to bring you up to date with news-making headlines tonight. Remember, you can be part of this program by engaging us on our socials. That is at Amwai Brian on Twitter, at Lookup TV. The you can use for this particular program is Lookupweekend. We are also live on Facebook and on YouTube. You can also send us your feedback there, and we'll be able to sample some of it at the end of the program tonight. Now, we start this program with some politics. Kirinyaga Governor Amwai is the new chair of the Council of Governors in the country. Waiguru defeated her competitor Kajiado Governor Joseph Ole Lenku after garnering more votes from Governors Caucus in Mombasa. In her acceptance speech, Governor Waiguru says she will seek synergy between the national government and the county governments to promote harmonious working relationship that will, in turn, foster delivery of services to Kenyans. Our reporter Henry Tende with more.
Very, very powerful.
With a stellar career in the public service sector, Amwai has arguably cut her niche in the national politics. Today's election as the chair of the Council of Governors, elevating her status even further. Governor Waiguru received a vote of confidence from Council of Governors Caucus in Mombasa, defeating her fierce competitor, Kajiado Governor Joseph Ole Lenku. The second-term Kirinyaga governor enjoys a profound career both as a public service officer and a politician. The governor has served in various capacities, including technical assistance to the Public Service Reform Secretariat. She also served as the head of Governance and Economic Stimulus Program at the National Treasury. Waiguru was the Director of International Financial Management and Information System, IFMIS. Here, Governor Waiguru did a splendid job, and her involvement in aligning the management system of financial performance and enhancement of credibility saw her receive a coveted OGW award from the then head of state, President Mwai Kibaki. Waiguru also worked as the Devolution Cabinet Secretary. Apart from her stellar career, Governor Waiguru has also seen her name dragged in corruption allegations. At one time, Governor Waiguru was adversely mentioned in corruption scandals at the National Youth Service, where it is alleged the country lost millions of money under her watch. She has since dismissed those allegations and termed them malicious witch hunt. Efforts to impeach her on those allegations failed as the National Senate Committee absolved her from the blame. In her acceptance speech on Saturday, Governor Waiguru has promised to work as a linkage between the national government and the county governments to harmonize service delivery to Kenyans. Her first task will be to ensure the national government promptly releases allocation of funds to devolved units for continuity of services. Henry Tende, Look Up TV.
In this country, I raise that and I wish you very.
Now, Kenya Kwanza Alliance has unveiled its parliamentary leadership, settling on Kikuyu MP Kimani as National Assembly Majority Leader upon completion of a retreat convened in Naivasha. Now, the coalition led by President William Ruto announced who will also lead the parliamentary group both at the National Assembly and at the Senate. The Azimio coalition has also nominated Ugunja Member of Parliament Opiyo Wandayi for the Majority Leader to be deputized by Kathiani MP Robert Mbui, reiterating that they still command a majority in the National Assembly. A two-day retreat has seen the Kenya Kwanza Alliance arrive at a decision to have different leaders represent them in the House.
Now, as a country,
Kenya Kwanza Alliance has settled on Kikuyu MP Kimani Ichung'wah as National Assembly Majority Leader. Ichung'wah will be deputized by Owen Baya. South Mugirango MP Silvana Osoro has been selected the National Assembly Chief Majority Whip. Osoro will be deputized by Naomi Wako. For the Senate Majority Leader, Kericho County Senator Aaron Cheriot was appointed. Cheriot will be deputized by his Nakuru counterpart Tabitha Karanja. Kakamega Senator Boni Halwale was selected Chief Majority Whip at the Senate and will be deputized by Steve Lelegwe. The leaders met to dissect on how they will actualize their manifesto and have bills passed in the House that will push their agenda.
We have agreed that with appropriate intervention, we can increase our productivity without necessarily increasing the acreage of the land we are using under our agricultural activities. We have agreed with you on how agriculture is going to be used to stimulate and to spur our agro-processing, value addition, all the way to manufacturing and job creation.
Ruto chaired the meeting accompanied by his deputy Rigathi Gachagua, ANC party leader Musalia Mudavadi, and Speaker of the National Assembly Moses Wetangula, among other leaders. The Azimio la Umoja, led by Raila Odinga, held a similar meeting on Friday in Machakos to discuss the way forward for the party and leadership. The Azimio la Umoja One Kenya team settled on Ugunja MP Opiyo Wandayi as the majority leader and will be deputized by his Kathiani counterpart Robert Mbui. The coalition has appointed Mombasa Senator Stewart Mazayo as Senate Minority Leader and will be deputized by Kitui Senator Enoch Wambua. Isiolo Senator Fatuma Dulo has been appointed the Minority Whip and will be deputized by her Nairobi counterpart Edwin Sifuna. At the National Assembly, Suna East Member of Parliament Junet Mohammed has been appointed the coalition's Chief Majority Whip and will be deputized by nominated MP Sabina Chege. A showdown is, however, looming in the both houses of parliament as both Kenya Kwanza and the Raila Odinga coalition claim majority representation in the lower house. The task now is on the Speaker of the National Assembly, Moses Wetangula, and the Speaker of the Senate, Amason Kingi, to break the stalemate and give a decision on which is the actual majority side, depending on the individual numbers. Members of parliament from across the political divide were scheduled for induction beginning Sunday. Brian Amwai, Look Up TV, Nairobi. Now, the National Transport and Safety Authority, NTSA, and transport stakeholders on Saturday conducted a pilot project for border riders in Nairobi. Now, in an ongoing campaign aimed at improving the border sector and ensuring observation of road safety measures across the country. More than 400 border riders in Nairobi in various regions have already undergone the training, with the exercise expected to reach a target of 200,000 border riders across the country.
In a forum attended by over 300 participants, stakeholders in the transport sector in partnership with support groups have taken boda boda riders under road safety training at Jamhuri Showground. This comes after NTSA reported a total of about 2,000 people who have died in Kenyan roads since January this year.
The stakeholders vary all the way from the riders, who are main clients, who are here today to ensure that they safely ride their units. And so we've brought together as well the assemblers, the retailers who are behind us, as you can see, to eagerly help them, teach them, and help them understand as part of riding safely.
1,912 people have died in road accidents since January 1st, 2022. The figures represent a 9% increase from 1,754 last year's fatalities. NTSA now targets to train close to 200,000 boda boda riders across the country on road safety measures.
We want to ensure that we take care of all the communities, including from the first aid that you're seeing them being taught behind you, as well as also the gears that you're seeing, from the helmets, from the reflective jackets, but also more importantly, how to service the motorcycles so that they can ensure that they're safe on the road.
Our main role is to create a pool of first responders on our roads. And whenever an accident occurs, you can never miss the sight of boda boda riders. And today we are grateful that we will train quite a number of them on first aid and how to do proper care for those who are injured in the aftermath of accidents.
So far, 450 riders have been trained since the inception of the exercise. 200 riders have been trained in Nairobi, 50 in Kitengela, 50 in Embu, 50 in Kiambu County, and 50 in Laikipia County.
We always depend on availability of resources to conduct this training. So these resources are internally generated from ourselves, but also we rely on the partners who also contribute towards this training.
The idea and the goal is to establish positive stakeholders who are here to support us, from the assemblers, make sure they get the right helmets that are properly to safeguard them in the event of an accident, make sure they have the proper reflectors that can be seen at night.
NTSA Director General George Njeo emphasized that NTSA will continue to provide training to motorists in order to curb road carnages in Kenya. Cecilia Lubanga, Look Up TV, Nairobi.
Now, the Kenya National Union of Teachers, NAT, has welcomed President William Ruto's move to form a task force that will review the new education system, CBC, as they appeal to the government to abolish the delocalization policy.
Has come out to support President William Ruto's plan to review the competency-based curriculum, CBC, 4 days after his inauguration. During his speech, President Ruto said that he was going to form task forces to review the new education system, as it had encountered so many challenges since its introduction in 2017. Speaking during an interview in Kapenguria, Martin Sembelo, who is the NAT secretary in West Pokot, says that the government forced the implementation of CBC as teachers have not received enough training and there is no need for them to teach something they are unfamiliar with.
CPC iko na shida mbalimbali. First of all, it was rushed without proper participation of all the stakeholders, education stakeholders in the country, especially when it comes actually to our teachers now. And that's why we are facing a lot of scenarios, very difficult scenarios in the implementation of the CPC. And this is the right time, as you have been saying always, as a union. The CBC needs a collective conversation between the education stakeholders, the parents, and everybody else, because this one is a very crucial ministry that we cannot even mess with our children.
He goes further to explain that the CBC system requires collective participation from parents and education stakeholders for its implementation, adding that resources and a good foundation are necessary for its success.
We have examined in some classrooms, and we have found out exactly that the CPC it needs a lot of large resources in this particular country to be pumped and to get its own realization. Kwa hivyo tunasema ya kwamba hata kama tutadumisha CPC, ni lazima wazazi wote na kila mtu aushishwe katika hii maneno.
Sembelo also speaks on the abolishment of the delocalization policy, that was introduced by the Teacher Service Commission, which he says has negatively impacted most arid and semi-arid areas, hence crippling the education system as a whole.
We don't have any shortage of experts in this particular country. It can be drawn from the universities, public universities, and everybody else. All different sectors, we want to be included in this particular thing, to come out with a clear roadmap about the issue of CPC and A4O system. If the recommendation by the task force come out that we want to scrap this and we are for it. Naimaneni a TPAD. That is one of the serious issues affecting our teachers in the entire country. There's a lot of work pumped to the teachers instead of going to the classrooms work. So these policies introduced by the Teacher Service Commission are harmful. We want to say they are harmful because it consumes the time of our teachers in the classrooms.
Rhoda Moringo, Look Up TV.
Right now, that story by Rhoda Moringo takes us to our first break here on the program. Don't go too far because we will be back with more, all right?
Get a chance to wake up as a tourist as you view Mount Kenya every day by buying a plot of land at Wema Gardens, Naru Moru. At only 400 meters off tarmac, this is the right place to build your dream home, cottages or holiday homes. You can also buy this property to give to your children as a special inheritance. Water and electricity are in the vicinity, while neighbors are already building their homes. These plots are specially ready for you with title deeds scheduled to be out in 6 months. Buy a 50 by 100 plot of land at Wema Gardens for only 399,000 Kenya shillings. You can also pay for your plot through our friendly one-year installments plan.
Africa. Our economy has a bit. It never stops, always beating. Our business, the next global economic frontier. Let's talk African business.
Mimi nilikuwa nimehubiri miaka kadhaa kabla nikutane na mhubiri ambaye anaambia pepo toka na inaongea inasema tumeenda. Nimeingia mahali, nimetembelea watu ambao wamejaribu kuuza vitu zikakataa kuenda. Nikaingia pale nikasema maneno, nikamwaga mafuta mahali pale. Zile bidhaa zikaanza kuuzika maana zilikuwa zimefugwa na powers. Who answers all of our prayers?
All right, now thank you so much for staying with us here on the program. One comment here from Dennis Okoth. He says in regards to choosing Kimani Ichung'wah as their representative, he says, why didn't they give Kipchumba Murkomen anything? He left his majority role prematurely. I wish they would have given him the role this time round. Continue updating you on what is across the country. Now, over 300,000 people in Garissa County are facing acute hunger following drought caused by depressed rains in the past 4 consecutive rainy seasons. Now, pastoralists in the region are now calling on the national and county governments and development partners to intervene and alleviate their suffering.
Just monitoring for an integrated drought management program composed of relief food, cash transfer, of animal offtake. Basically here today, we are doing an animal offtake. This is a government initiative through the KMC, and then this project implemented by Kenya Red Cross. Today we are slaughtering here around 175 shots. Each animal, the objective of this program is to slaughter the weak animals, emaciated ones, and then we are distributing the meat to the community. We are buying from the community, especially the emaciated, the weak animals affected by drought, and then we are giving money equivalent to the animal. For example, like a shot, we are buying it at 3,000 Kenya shillings.
Sasa sina hata moja. Wakati akaanza kukula vile toroka mpaka hapa. Ndio mambo moja yangu ndio kutoka shule. Nimemaliza sekta hapo. Hata ile moja bisho wakati nakufa. Ninarudi nyumbani. Lakini wakati watu wanauliza mimi nasema ilikuwa wazimu, lakini mimi mjenga. Sababu vile ng'ombe yangu inakuwa wakati mimi naona kama niko na akili ningekuwa wazimu, lakini sitakuwa sasa.
Anakufa hapa 25 na ingine anakufa huko Bondali kwa Hami huko naama huko Hami mali karibu Hami anakufa ingine. Hata yeye ameletea gari ya kampeni, anaomba watu wa kampeni ameletea hapa tatu. Moja anakufa hapa, nyingine anakufa hapa katikati ya dadabu wakati anatembea barabara, anakufa anatoka barabara. Nyingine karibu hapa kale anatoka. Moja hii ni baki.
All right, now moving on, President William Ruto's sentiments ruling out the possibility of appointing opposition members to his cabinet and not tolerating the handshake in his tenure has elicited reactions among the political class and Kenyans alike. And today, Lookup TV went out to engage Kenyans on their thoughts of the president's hard stance.
Na hiyo juu serikali ikigawanyishwa, hiyo ni shida kwa wananchi. Na juu tumemchagua kama kiongozi aendelee kutuongoza na serikali yake.
Tafadhali afanye kazi na ile kabineti yako nayo. Wale wanamkosoa. Wakifanya kazi ile ijafaa. Ile unajua kuna zile walituambia watatufanyia. Sasa unajua wale wakikuwa wako pamoja hata tutajua Kenya inaendeleaje.
Hawa wenye wako mpinzani sio lichaguliwa tu na wananchi kawaida. Si kweli? Kwa hivyo hapo hivyo nafaa watafutiwa at least hata kama ni mali tu, asikuwe tena ile ubaguzi.
Kila mtu akae bedroom yake ndio wakosoe serikali. Ndio wakikosa kufanya miradi sisi unajua wao ndio watakuwa kama macho yetu huko kwa bunge sasa.
Unajua kuwa na serikali si ya kusema ati unaongoza kila kitu. Kuongoza ni wenye mnaongoza nao, na tulichagua watu wote. Kwa izani wote ni viongozi. Sawa nafaa venye waligawana serikali na Mheshimiwa Uhuru, hata saa hii inafaa igawanywe hivyo.
Wale wako upinzani wapakie kuwa upinzani. Ndiposa mwananchi wakawaita asiumie sana. Wale wako serikali wakae serikali.
Mwenye amechukua serikali aongoze peke yake. Juu hiyo amechukua victory yake peke yake. Na kulikuwa na wapinzani wakae nje.
Anafaa aweke opposition ndani ya serikali. Ndiye ajue shida zao ni gani, ili akienda kutoa kama ni miradi ama nini, hata yeye anapata kujumuishwa katika nini? Katika mipangilio ya nchi yake.
Wapinzani watamkosoa. Hata mimi sioni makosa yake hapo.
Flying through the streets of Central Park in New York.
All right, now it is time to get sporty tonight. The Nairobi Basketball Region League continued today at the Strathmore University Basketball Court. Now, the 15-team league resumed today after a break to allow players participate in the general elections. Now, the defending champions, Moistures, overthrew Daystar University 77-13 to top the table. On the other games, Zetech University received whooping defeat from All Stars on a score of 77-67. Now, the league continues tomorrow with 6 games scheduled to play at the same venue.
Now we are walking. Why are we walking, Felix? Weru lazima achukue tu hiyo fahamu.
All right, now homeboys back Amon Wamalwa could make his debut for Kenya Simbas that has resumed preparations for the 2023 Rugby World Cup final qualifications. Now the tournament, which is due for November 6th to 18th in Dubai. Now Simbas will open the battle against United States of America on November 6th at the 7th Stadium before taking on Portugal on November 12th. They will wrap up the qualifiers against Hong Kong on November 18th. Now, Kenyan football champions Wiyeta Girls Secondary School and Rugby Sevens winners Koyonzo Boys Secondary School registered impressive results at the ongoing East Africa Secondary Schools Games in Arusha, Tanzania. Now, Wiyeta got their campaign underway with an empathetic 3-1 win over Uganda's St. Noah Girls Secondary School.